All right, guys, the last kind of very important part of doing product research is really validating your idea from a marketing perspective. So, this is something that I've found a lot of other people out there who are teaching how to create an e commerce store leave out, right? They wait until the marketing section to actually talk about marketing. But if you choose a niche, even if it has, all of these different kind of variables that look positive, from sales and traffic and things like that, if you aren't able to properly target and prove that there's social interaction and social people talking about your specific niche or product on social media, then it's much harder to actually target them through paid advertising. And so we are going to talk about right now how to kind of prove ahead of time that you're going to be able to actually target your specific niche that you are going to get into from a product perspective. So we're going to take a new one. Let's just go dog here. So we're in intelligence that we talked about earlier in this module, but you can do it other ways like the IP search, and you can just find a specific website of whatever niche you're trying to get into. I just prefer to use intelligence because again, it is one of the rare apps that is actually worth the money. So we just typed in dog here. Let's go to Shopify store search and let's type in dog. So we see a number of different people. Again, it auto orders by daily visitors. There's 2,600 stores that have dog. So there's a bunch of stuff here. Let's just take the first one. So this is rough wear. Free shipping on orders over 75, right? They have collections. It looks like they have, maybe dog harnesses. This is an excellently made website. They have the pop-ups, auto scrolls. Popping up on desktop. I imagine that these elements in their own specific subsections look great on mobile as well. So it's a well-designed website. And so what we're going to do here is we're just going to take this URL and we're going to come to a website called similarweb.com. And again, this is free, completely free. And so it gives us traffic metrics similar to Alexa. It has a few things that I actually like better than Alexa. SimilarWeb does a great job of showing competitors and similar sites. So if we wanted to get new ideas of what we could sell, there's a ton of different sites here. It gives us all of the ranks in the USA. It gives us the rank in the globally, right? And so we can get a ton of different ideas here. And so it does a great job, probably the best job anywhere from a free perspective as to competitors and similar sites. Obviously, it's called SimilarWeb, so it probably should be good at that. The other cool thing that I like that this website does is right here. So category rank, traffic rank of site as compared to all other sites in its main category. So you can do this for anything. And again, this is free. I'm not even signed in right now. This is a great website. So we're going to click on this link right here. And now we can see that they actually rank based on website traffic, right? It tells you the average visit duration, pages visited, bounce rate, all these different types of things, right? And we can look at a lot of these different websites. So a lot of these are big companies like Petco and things like that. But if we scroll down, right, like I've never heard of zooplus.it. These are Italian, Japanese websites, but Experto Animal I've never heard of. So these might be things that you'd want to check out for yourself. So this looks like it's in Spanish. Pets Be Pajamas. So this could be a cool one. So let's take a look at this actual website. So this looks like it is actually pajamas for pets, maybe? I'm not sure. Where passionate pet lovers go. So it looks like they have dog-friendly travel. Animals are probably the most passionate niche anywhere. Like I absolutely loved my dog more than anything in the world before she died, and people feel the same way. So people are willing to spend a ton of money on their animals because they love them. The margarita or whatever that is a little bit much, but again, so we can go into the pets and animals category like we were right here, and we can take a look at all of these different places. Puppy Spot, Pet Care RX. This looks like a medication for dogs, right? But we can find a lot of information if we just kind of look through these and see what people are actually selling and things like that. So that's just two really cool and very, economical. Obviously, it's free ways of seeing competitor sites for any specific site. We found this because it was the highest trafficked daily visitor with the keyword dog for Shopify stores. And then we went to the website and then just copy and pasted it into SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb, and we can see a ton of information as far as where we're going to target for advertising, where their specific traffic is coming from. You can literally see which websites are actually referring to this website. So we can, we can make some assumptions here that digitaltrends.com might have done like an expose or an article about Roughwear, some like new age dog harnesses that have, eco-friendly or, are more comfortable for dogs or whatever. I don't know because I didn't read it specifically, but we can see that, where the top destination sites, top referral sites, a ton of really great information here. So Alexa and SimilarWeb I use all the time when I actually do get into marketing. So these are all very positive signs that we've seen so far. And so then let's go into here and let's type in dog harness. So we were looking at dog harness. So, okay, so here we go. This is great. Facebook engagements, right? So 33,000 engagements, right? That's absolutely incredible as far as, social proof. Paraplegic dog, is a dog harness better than a dog collar for your dog, right? These kind of blog posts about it, and you can reach out to different blog posts. We are going to talk about how to kind of get yourself a little bit more attention and get into the spotlight in your specific niche later on in the later modules. But for now, we're just talking about how to validate your marketing for it. Pug harness, the best dog harness for pugs. No pull, quick fit, reflective stitching dog harness. So we see great types of social proof here. We can order it by 24 hours. You have to make an account to do that, but again, this is totally free. All you really want to see here is, some social engagement. We see Pinterest, Twitter, everything. So it's pretty good. So this is a very important part, guys. So this is what's called audience insights. So audience insights, right now I'm in my business manager for Facebook ads, which we will talk about how to set up once we get to the advertising section. So all we have to do is go into what's called audience insights, which is where we've landed right here. Audience Insights basically tells you a ton of information about people on Facebook. And so the ways that we are going to be driving paid traffic primarily to our Shopify stores is going to be through Facebook and through Instagram. They are, people spend more time on those two platforms than the other top 10 platforms combined from a mobile perspective, and they are where we want to actually spend our time to really become masters of advertising with, right? Facebook is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's just recently became, I think, the 4th largest company in the world. And so let's talk about how to use this. So if we're in the United States, right, we can change this if we want, but just for example, we're going to leave it as the United States. And we're going to put in, again, just to follow along here, right, this was dog harness that we were looking at. So we're just going to type in dog harness, and we're going to choose this as an interest. And when we choose this as an interest, these numbers change. And so let's take a look at that really quick one more time. So right now what we're looking at is all of Facebook. Right? And so according to Facebook, 54% of the entirety of Facebook is women, 46 are men. You can see that 24% of Facebook are women between 25 and 34. And right, so and then when we type in dog harness, some interesting things happen. So it changes, right? Now 84% of people on interested in dog harnesses on Facebook are women, right? So that immediately tells us that most of our sales are probably going to come from women, right? And so there's a lot of information here. I'm going to skip this for now because it's the most important part, but we can see location, right? So instead of targeting the USA as a whole, when we go to Facebook advertise, we are going to target these specific audiences. And if you guys were paying attention earlier, you probably can think about one other way that we can figure out cities, which is really exciting. I think you guys are probably starting to get how it kind of all gets together and all really starts to really work and make sense. Once we move on to the later sections on marketing, you guys are really going to kill it, I promise, right? So we're going to use Google Trends because it showed us what cities have the most popularity and interest for specific keywords, and we're going to use audience insights in Facebook to really start to target, very, very narrowly where we want to show our ads from a geography perspective, right? And so we can see activity, the frequency of activities the selected audience performed on Facebook, right? I personally don't use this section particularly often. We can see estimated income for U.S. households using this demographic, right? So 23%. So most of the people within this demographic are making between 50 and 100,000, and their purchase history, right? So we see about 80% of these people have a low to medium online purchase history, 19% have high, which is fine, right? But the most important part here, guys, is 600 to 700,000 monthly active people express interest in dog harnesses, right? And this is the sweet spot. It's called page likes. So page likes are interests. And for those of you who don't know Facebook advertising yet, don't worry. I promise I'm going to explain it better than anyone you've ever seen. I will try my best. So how you actually target people on Facebook advertising, which we will go over, is based on interest. So I could say Facebook, target only women who live in Mesa, Arizona, who like the pages You Love Your Dog, right? Who like the pages BarkBox, and who like the pages Home Again Pet Rescuer. And so these are all actual pages that 500,000 people have liked. So if you love your dog so much that you're searching Facebook for a page called You Love Your Dog, you better believe that you really care about your dog. And there's a lot of activity here, right? They're posting often. Yesterday, and so these are great. These are great pages, right? BarkBox, I believe, is a subscription service for animal treats. I actually don't know for sure, but I assume it is, right? So they have almost 3 million people who like it, and so we can target all of these different pages and say, Facebook, only target people in Mesa, Arizona who are women between the ages of 25 and 34 or whatever the demographic showed us was people who are most interested, right? So it looks like it's women who are 45 through 65 plus. And so we target only women 45 to 65 plus. And we can split test it against men and women, or just men or just women, right? A lot of different combinations that Facebook makes it very easy to do. And then we'd say only target women that are 45 through 65 plus who also like You Love Your Dog, the page, BarkBox, the page, and Home Again Rescuer, the page. And now all of a sudden, our advertisement to sell these dog-related products is going to be much, much more targeted from the very start. And the way that we figured that out was by looking at audience insights and using dog harness as an interest. And we can do this with anything, right? We could do it with like pigs. Maybe people only really like pigs. Or maybe we were selling enamel pigs or something like that, right? Or we could do maybe, let's see if enamel pins is one. Vitreous enamel. So, not every single interest in the world is available here, but you could do cats. Yeah, cats is a great one, right? And these change significantly. Again, primarily women are interested in cats, but if we did something like guns or Guns the magazine, right? Now all of a sudden we have 76% of men that are interested in this, right? So it's very beautiful. Facebook really presents the data in such an incredibly easy way to interpret and utilize, right? And so what we did was we verified that there's other competitors out there. We saw where the traffic was coming from, right? We saw that there was social interactions related to our specific keyword or niche that we're going into. We entered it as an interest, and we saw that there were pages that we could actually target in our Facebook advertising that would give us super targeted results, and which really translates into more profits. And then one final little trick that I like to use is the adspresso.com/ads examples. And so you actually have to use a incognito window here because ad blocker blocks it. But if we go to dog harness, we'll see. Yeah, so they have one example here of a real Facebook ad that somebody else used. So it looks like they, took a video of their dog. Walk your dog with love. This patented harness ensures far less pulling, less tugging, and a lot more loving. Shop now, right? And so then they have their link. We see it has a ton of social proof here. And so Ads Espresso really makes it very easy to kind of not be overwhelmed with creating an ad from scratch. You can already see what's working. And you can see that other people are actually spending money profitably in the same niche. So that is the way that I like to kind of verify and validate the demand of my product, and also ensure that I'm able to, effectively target these people based on their interests through audience insights. So I hope you guys like that, and we will definitely see you on the next one.